I mean, they have it in orange. I pretty much have to get it in orange, right? They didn't have it in this color last time, so. Good morning, and welcome to day 3. Well, we'll count both travel days as day 1, so this is officially day 2. It is Wednesday the 6th. It is 11:20 a.m., which is the time that I was expecting to wake up, because that's like 8 a.m. Seattle time, which is when I normally wake up. However, I was up at 8 a.m. Florida time, which is like 5 a.m. Seattle time, which I'm not normally awake that early unless, I'm not normally awake that early unless I absolutely have to be, and even then I'm complaining about it. So my plan of having a very long travel day and going into the parks in order to combat jet lag actually seems to have worked. So far this morning I have filmed the video, the little clip to finish yesterday's video because I forgot to do that. I went and grabbed breakfast. Insert random little clip of my dairy-free pancakes. I had to wait around a little bit for that. I think I'm going to mobile order it next time, but they do have dairy-free pancakes. For those of you that don't know, I can't have milk. I mean, I can. It's not going to kill me. It's just going to be very, very, very unpleasant, and it's not a lactose issue. I believe it is a cow milk protein intolerance. So I'm going to avoid dairy. So no cheese on my burgers, no things that contain cheese. Gonna utilize all of the wonderful food allergy options that Disney has. I also got my resort refillable mug, and they have it in orange, which if you can't tell from my shaving kit or my suitcase or even the messenger bag I'm using for my laptop, I like orange. I like orange. I even have an orange couch. Insert pic or video now. Anyway, so I'm just finishing up my coffee and I'm going to head into the parks. I'm going to go to Hollywood Studios first today. There's some stuff I want to do. I still haven't been on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, so I'm going to do that. I also need to do Tower of Terror. I haven't been on Tower of Terror since 2018 when I was here last. And that's not just this version, because the next time I went to Disneyland in 2019, that Tower of Terror was gone, and it was Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, which is still good. But then after Mickey and Minnie's and Tower of Terror, I'm probably going to try to take the Skyliner over to Epcot and do either or both Remy's Ratatouille Adventure and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, because I haven't been on either of those two either. I have seen videos of most of them, but still haven't been on them in person. And then I might monorail over to Magic Kingdom. Hopefully not going to get stuck in the rain again today. That was terrible. My shorts are still soaking wet. That's why I have them sitting here on a chair, trying to dry off. The shirt that I was wearing was also a little bit damp. It did eventually kind of dry out. But yeah, that was unpleasant. Shoes, also still soaking wet. I have the insoles separately drying out. Yeah, so I'm going to head into the parks. I also got to stop off at the front desk. The bathtub shower drains slowly, so I'm going to tell them that. And then I'm going to go to Hollywood Studios, and then Epcot, and then Magic Kingdom, and or stopping and coming back here whenever it starts to pour. Also probably going to need to get a poncho because it's August in Florida. This is just going to keep happening later in the day. Might also want to look into some sort of a bag that I can carry that poncho and some other stuff around in, because I didn't bring a small bag. I brought my kind of big, nice laptop bag and a big suitcase, and that was it. I do have some smaller bags. I am smarter than the kind of person that would normally leave all those things at home, but I left those things at home, including the masks I was gonna wear on the plane so I didn't get sick. I'm not as worried about COVID as I was in 2021 when I went to Disneyland. But when I went to Disneyland in 2021, I didn't even get a cold. And it was partially because everybody was wearing masks, so I was gonna wear masks. I even bought them. I work at a place that sells them. I bought them with my employee discount. And they are very unhelpfully sitting on my kitchen table. Yep, I'm an idiot. But anyway, let's get going and do some stuff. I might vlog this whole day. At some point during this trip, though, there are a few separate videos that I want to do, some history things, maybe. Some of them might get incorporated into the vlog, some of them won't. But we'll see how this goes. This is kind of an experiment. I'm an experimental person. No, I'm just bad at making decisions, so let's go. All right, back at Hollywood Studios. The sun is shining. I am starting to melt, but I'm from Seattle and my family's Scottish. We don't do well in the sun. The fact that I can handle this at all is probably making my ancestors incredibly jealous. All right, got to go through security, and then next stop, Tower of Terror. Yeah. Also, I do have to say, I love the new security checkpoints. You just walk right through them. The new scanners, they're just freaking awesome. The only people that have to get pulled aside is if they have strollers. I don't know about bag check because I haven't been using a bag. If I do get a small bag later today for carrying a poncho or whatever, I guess I'll find out. But I think it's just strollers that get pulled aside. But yeah, love those new body scanners. That's just freaking amazing. Going through security was always such a pain, and this makes it so much easier. And I gotta say, I think that Hollywood Studios is my favorite park at Disney World to walk into. I really like Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. I like that era of architecture. I love just walking around this area. It just looks so cool. And I think that's a big reason why I'm choosing Tower of Terror as my first ride today. I wasn't trying to rush through a bunch of parks yesterday. I would have gone on it yesterday. If they ever get rid of this, I will literally cry. I love the theming of Tower of Terror. I love getting to walk into, like, even if they took the Twilight Zone out of it, I just love walking into an old abandoned 1930s hotel. It just looks and feels cool. And this whole street walking up towards it just looks so cool. It's just a piece of time that you don't get to experience anywhere other than a place like this. Air conditioning. I'm really getting tired of the back-facing camera on this thing starting to turn the flash on without me doing anything.
Dimension of sound. Dimension of sound. The time is now, on an evening very much like the one we have just witnessed. Tonight's story of the Twilight Zone is somewhat unique and calls for a different kind of introduction. This, as you may recognize, is a maintenance service elevator, still in operation, waiting for you. We invite you, if you dare, to step aboard, because in tonight's episode, you are the star, and this elevator travels directly to the Twilight Zone.
Row 6, you're up top.
One tower of terror later.
Alright, that's one down, and line is a lot longer than it was when I got in it, so I already feel like it was worth it to go when I did. Alright, part of me wants to go on Rock and Roller Coaster. I do have to do that before I go because it's going to get rethemed to Muppets, but I am not doing that coaster after doing Tower. That I liked my breakfast, but I don't like it enough to see it again. So it is time to go try and do, I think, Runaway Railway. Haven't done that yet, so no time like the present. Just check the app. Looks like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is 15 minutes less of a wait than it was when I got here. So I really did pick a good order to do those two things in. Now that Tower's line is longer and Railway's line is shorter, so let's go do that.
Son horarios diferentes.
One runaway railway later.
Okay, that was pretty fun. I've seen a lot of videos of that on the internet, but finally got to ride it myself. It was really cool. The line, even though it's mostly outside, was actually better than the line for Tower of Terror, because there was a little bit more shade and there were actually fans. Tower of Terror could really use more fans in the extended queue. But still, once I got inside, it was air conditioned, which was nice. And yeah, a lot of fun. Did not see Bigfoot though. I'll have to keep going on it, and hopefully one day I will see Bigfoot, because there is a hidden Easter egg in the last scene. Sometimes, very rarely, Bigfoot can be seen swimming in the pool. But yeah, time to grab something cool to drink and then head to Epcot. Alright, something cold to drink has been acquired. I also learned that there is a size bigger than Venti for some things at Starbucks. And when the guy behind the counter realized I was using dining plan snack credit, he asked me if I wanted it. I still have no idea what it's called, something with a T. I just kept looking at him confused, and I was like, oh wait, bigger? And he's like, yeah, bigger. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take that one. So yeah, strawberry refresher with lemonade. It's cold. It's got caffeine, I think. I hope. And now, gonna head to Epcot and go on a couple of new things. Alright, on the Skyliner for the first time. The most useless thing I just did was to Google whether or not I could bring a drink on this thing. Which I can, but it was useless because I'm literally almost also really nice that they're giving single riders their own cabin, at least during a less busy part of the day. Person ahead of me in line was also by themselves, and they didn't try to put us together. She's got her own cabin up there. These are actually really good, really refreshing, and really delicious. I have to be careful because I have a feeling that it's basically like a Red Bull, and if I have too many of them, I will not sleep tonight. And I'm getting really close to being on floor at a time. There is a really noticeable breeze in these when they're moving. I was kind of worried about that. I'd seen lots of videos where people had said that these were actually really breezy and nice. They really are. Like, the vents are way up there, but there is noticeable wind coming in and hitting my whole body. They direct the wind well.
The headwaters of the Everglades. The water that flows from the protected wetlands around Walt Disney World Resort.
Now I do hear that once you stop moving, that wind kind of dies down.
And the Gulf of Mexico.
So hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, we are heading to Caribbean Beach, which is a resort that I've never stayed at, but I've kind of wanted to. Always thought that it looked tranquil and calming and nice. I saw videos of its old food court, which I thought was really cool. It had that kind of like the Mexico Pavilion, where it's like an indoor at night, outdoor setting. But they changed that when they remodeled recently. Yeah, I made a point on the last family trip we made here to go to different resorts. And we visited like French Quarter and Riverside and all the monorail resorts at Magic Kingdom and a few of the Epcot resorts. Never made it to Pop Century, Art of Animation, or Caribbean Beach, and I think that I'm going to because of the Skyliner opening since then. Back then, that was 2018. They were just starting to build this thing, so yeah. Here we are coming up to Caribbean Beach, and trying to decide if I'm going to look around a little bit or if I'm just going to continue on, because I do not want to get stuck with my, I don't want my plans to kind of get canceled again due to the rain that will eventually come tonight. I know that there is kind of a point where I'm going to take a break, and that point is going to be when it's pouring down rain. And I'm going to put the phone away so that I don't trip over myself getting out of this thing.
Welcome aboard, Islanders. You are on the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with continuing flights to Epcot. Hold on to your straw hats. We are about to enter the heart of the Caribbean. We are now sailing over Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, home to a collection of tropical villages inspired by the colorful architecture and lifestyle of the Caribbean islands. In just a minute, we will be arriving at Disney's Riviera Resort, a Disney vacation club that celebrates the relaxing seaports and romantic vistas of Europe's Mediterranean coast. Ciao, bonjour, and bienvenue. Hello, and welcome to Disney's Riviera Resort. If you are traveling to Epcot, please remain on board. Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us. Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente. Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Riviera Resort. If you're just joining us, we are on our way to Epcot. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth. We are now traveling along Buena Vista Drive. This roadway and the city of Lake Buena Vista were established in 1969 when Walt Disney World Resort was first being developed. They are both named after Buena Vista Street in Burbank, California, where the Walt Disney Company headquarters are still located today. way to Epcot International Gateway. When we arrive, remember to use your My Disney Experience mobile app to review your worldly itinerary for the day. Designed for turning only.
Turning and bouncing. I think it's kind of cool that they have this turn station here, because I don't know if anyone else is old enough to remember this, but the first time I went to Disney World was in 1998 when they still had a Skyway in Magic Kingdom. And in between Tomorrowland and Fantasyland, it actually had a turn station like this. It slowed down, it dropped down, it turned, and then it went back up. Actually, I take that back. I don't think it slowed down. I think it just lowered and turned. But still.
And turn of the century amusement parks.
I really like vlogging with my camera on my phone. It's really easy. I haven't even used the little tripod I brought. I've just been using my pop socket to hold the phone. I'm using the backfiring camera right now. I don't even know if I'm in the frame. Because there isn't a little button to switch. And I wish there was when I was recording. I have to keep stopping and flipping and starting again.
Olas, ni haos, and konnichiwas. When you arrive at each nation's pavilion, cultural hosts will be waiting to greet you in their native language, helping make your visit to Epcot a truly international exchange. Joy, hope, and friendship. Welcome. Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us. Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas se abran automáticamente. Al salir de la cabina, por favor, cuide sus
Alright, made it into the park, heading over to France. Gonna do Remy's Ratatouille Adventure for the first time. And I did hear somewhere that there was a single rider line for it, so I'm gonna check that out. Hopefully save some time. And then try to get on Guardians and bounce over to Magic Kingdom for Tiana's. Alright. Alright, posted wait time 55 minutes. It is 2:50. So, yeah, let's see if there is a single rider, and if so, how quickly I can get on. Alright, I do see that there is a single rider and it appears to be open, so I'm gonna hop on and try to stay out of the sun. I am looking quite red, but that's not really a shock. I am a mostly Scottish Seattle boy in the Florida sun. If I was not looking a little bit red, I would start to wonder if this is a dream. Nope, I'm here. Alright, 2:53. Made it to the back of the single rider queue. Let's see how this goes. 2:57 getting on the ride.
One Remy's Ratatouille adventure later.
It is now 3:06. It took me 7 minutes from the point that I walked up to the front to the point that I got on the ride, and 16 minutes until I was off the ride. Yeah, single rider is great, especially if you're here by yourself. Unfortunately, Guardians I don't think has a single rider. I think it's just Test Track and this ride that have them here at Epcot, so not going to be that lucky, but time to head over there and wait in what I can only assume is a really long line. All right, looks like 75 minutes. I guess that's just the price I'm gonna have to pay because I am going on this ride. Yeah, I am. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Gotta go on this. Yep, confirmed, no single rider, but at least most of this is shaded, and there isn't too much of it actually outside, so I'm hoping most of that wait is inside and air conditioned. The biggest wonder of Xandar is this air conditioning. Oh my god, this is awesome. On a side note, if anybody tells you that August is a terrible time to go to Florida, they are right. This is very hot. Very hot.
Greetings and welcome, Terrans, to the wonders of Xandar. I am WorldMind, the Xandarian supercomputer. My purpose is to preserve the knowledge and history of Xandar. Your scholar, Peter Quill, has been teaching me about your world. He has suggested that if I want to start my journey of understanding the complex and intricate Terran mind, I should look no further than the sage words of a great Terran classic, puffed on a fume. I still do not fully comprehend its meaning, but Peter assured me that its words are deep and that Terrans enjoy.
Use it, moves your soul.
Understanding you Terrans is just one of the reasons we are here today at Epcot. We hope we may learn from each other and dedicate ourselves to promoting peace through understanding. Xandarians explore the universe in order to gain knowledge about the many worlds and the beings who live there. One day we look forward to hosting you when you visit the Andromeda Galaxy, home to our planet Xandar.
Sails on structures, biofuels in our waterways, and algae clusters scattered throughout the city. 2 giant dams bridge our main canal and generate hydropower for factories and technology centers. Even our city.
Greetings, Terrans. I am Nova Prime Irani Rayan, Commander of the Nova Corps. On behalf of all Xandarians, I hope you have enjoyed exploring the wonders of Xandar. As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang. As such, we are all galactic neighbors in a vast universe which we and countless others share. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years, assuming you had a ship that could fly at the speed of light. So we decided to come to you. But even we could not have reached you so easily were it not for the Cosmic Generator, an advanced piece of Xandarian technology that creates jump points, artificial tunnels that act as shortcuts, linking distant points in space. It is our desire to share this wondrous technology with your people so that together we might explore new worlds and create a brighter tomorrow. And now, as the culmination of the wonders of Xandar, you will be teleported to a Nova ship above your planet for a demonstration of the Cosmic Generator. I trust you will find it an unforgettable experience.
Welcome, people of Epcot. Epcoters. Epcotians. Citizens of Epcot. Does anyone know what they call themselves? What? I'm on? Someone needs to tell me when I'm on. Welcome, Epcot Terrans. I am Centurion Tal Merrick, and we're just about ready to teleport you up to the ship for the demonstration. As you're about to enter a secure Nova area, I must ask you to put away your Terran communication devices at this time. Recording of any type is strictly prohibited.
We will resume motion momentarily.
Attention site guardians, work lights turning off, audio turning on.
One Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind later.
Alright, that was a lot of fun. Got Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World as the song, which is awesome. It is starting to rain. There are dark clouds that look very ominous. I think it's time to acquire a poncho and figure out my next move. Possibly Magic Kingdom and Tiana's. Because, I mean, if it's already raining, or maybe go back to the hotel and get lunch. But first, poncho. I definitely need one of those. Alright, so it was starting to rain, but it hasn't really started yet. It kind of stopped again. There is lightning, there is dark clouds. I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm kind of figuring what I might end up doing is going back to the hotel for a bit while the rain happens. So I think before I leave, instead I'm gonna head over to maybe the Land, go on Living with the Land, and if I can make it over, maybe Imagination, and go see Figment. Or I might get stuck in one of those places and have to endure a downpour in order to leave. And I know it's just like a shell of what it used to be, and it's not even a shell of what it used to be. It's something else entirely using its name, but it is really cool that there is again a Communicore at Epcot. Alright, change of plans. Living with the Land is like a 20-minute wait, but the Finding Nemo ride over here is only 5, so I'm gonna go on that first. One of the benefits of being on a trip by yourself is you can change your mind at the drop of a hat or the flip of a coin. And I did just flip a coin. Well, I had Siri flip a coin. I think I'm gonna bail and see if I can take a monorail to Magic Kingdom before the skies open up.
Alright, good evening everyone, and welcome aboard Monorail Red. We are heading to the Transportation and Ticket Center. For those of you standing, please do not lean against the automatic doors, but please do hold on to the silver handrails. Thank you.
Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Monorail System. We're traveling to the Transportation and Ticket Center. For those of you standing, please hold on to the handrails throughout our journey. Please stay clear and do not lean on the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking, please. Thank you. Thank you for visiting Epcot, a park that celebrates our world and uniting the possibilities of destination. Enjoy your trip around Walt Disney World. We look forward to seeing you at Epcot again soon.
Please stand clear of the door. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Welcome aboard the Walt Disney World Express Liner, your highway in the sky to the United Kingdom. For those of you in the cities, please hold onto the handrail throughout our journey and secure the doors. For the comfort of others, no smoking. Thank you. Contemporary Resort.
All right, it is quarter to 6, and I am in the Magic Kingdom. Still hear thunder in the distance, but that storm seems to be moving north. I don't know if it's actually going to make it up here, though, but who knows? Because the wind seems to be blowing sideways, not northways. But you know, my friends asked me why I don't have kids. I have my reasons. Silence is most of them. That was probably the most excruciating monorail experience I've ever had. Just realized that this is my first time walking down Main Street and seeing the castle since 2018. When I came here last night, there was a parade, and so I went down the side entrance. And didn't get this view, but it is awesome.
One Tiana's Bayou adventure later.
Alright, it's a little after 7, just got off Tiana's. It's a good ride. I'm tired, I'm hungry, but I think first I'm gonna go on Pirates.
One Pirates of the Caribbean later.
Alright, just got off Pirates. Maybe a long, dark boat ride at the end of the day is not the best thing because I was trying not to fall asleep. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Not sure where just yet. But I think I should probably figure that out soon. Because I haven't eaten since breakfast. Alright, I'm heading to Cosmic Rays. Gonna watch Sunny Eclipse. The sun is out again. And I did not need the poncho. I have a feeling that if I hadn't gotten it, it would have downpoured. That probably isn't why it didn't rain, but I'm going to take it as I had something to do with it. Yeah, I want to see Sunny Eclipse, but also I want to try the Patty Melt. Yeah, I know David from Fresh Baked Disney was here not too long ago, and there is apparently a vegetarian Patty Melt. And since I can't have cheese, I want to try it. So line over there was pretty long, so I'm going to put in a mobile. Literally my favorite place to eat in Disney World. Cannot come here without at least coming to see Sunny once. Alright, so the patty melt is really good, and it's completely plant-based. It's an Impossible patty and vegan cheese. The cheese is amazing. I mean, I haven't had real cheese in a while, so maybe I'm not the best judge, but it's good. It's good. Finished with dinner. There's like a mini rave happening in Tomorrowland. So of course I'm at Carousel Progress. DJ's doing a good job. The music isn't that bad. It's heavily copyrighted, so I'm probably gonna have to do something about that, like not use this clip. But still, yeah, the vegan patty melt was really good. Watching Sunny Eclipse was nice, and now I'm gonna watch Carousel of Progress and probably go back to the hotel. My phone is running out of battery, and I did forget my my charger at or the power thing at home or at the hotel, so we'll see if I talk to you guys before I get back to the hotel.
Whole show, thank you.
Y cuida sus niños. Gracias. Please step carefully onto the moving platform, then step into the car. For your safety, remain seated at all times, keeping hands, arms, legs.
This is the TTA Blue Ride, non-stop service around Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I went on the people mover again. I am that lane.
Greetings, intergalactic travelers. Welcome aboard the People Mover, presented by Enterprise.
Attention, space travelers. All flights have been put in a holding pattern. Travelers in luggage, please remain seated as your flight will continue in a moment. Those travelers waiting for departure, please remain where you are, and a host or hostess will direct you.
Alright, I was thinking of doing something else, but there is a parade going on, so I think it's time to just head back to the hotel and get some sleep. Alright, made it back to my hotel. I am tired. I am going to take a shower and wash the Florida-ness off. Because even though the sun was hiding behind clouds and it didn't rain much, it's still warm and I'm still sweaty. So I'm gonna go take a shower and go to sleep. I got a big day tomorrow, gonna try to get up earlier. I have no idea what that sound is. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, click the buttons. I should have another video coming up soon, so click the other button. And see you next time.